Desde el Foro Local de Desarrollo de la Ocde aquí en Barranquilla, en el tiempo estamos hablando con los protagonistas, las personas clave que se encargaron también de organizar todo lo que estamos viendo aquí en la capital del Atlántico desde la Ocde y que por supuesto también son expertos en lo que tiene que ver con innovación, sostenibilidad e inclusión también, que son los temas claves de los que estamos hablando. Y por eso hoy aquí en nuestro stand del tiempo nos está acompañando Lamia Kamal Shawi. Ella es la directora del Centro de Emprendimiento, Pymes, Regiones y Ciudades de la Ocde, que es el centro que se encargó de organizar este gran evento internacional aquí en Barranquilla. Mrs. Kamal Shawi, hi, welcome to El Tiempo, welcome to Barranquilla and welcome to Colombia. How are you?
Thank you so much, Aura.
Thank you for being here. Mrs. Kamal Shawi, I'm pronouncing it
Yes,
right, yeah?
very good.
Okay. Why was Barranquilla choosing to do this event here?
Thank you so much. The answer is super obvious because Barranquilla is great. Well, you know, the OECD Local Development Forum, it's the largest international global forum gathering a lot of different stakeholders concerned to improve local economic development. It's about national and local government, regional government, but also all type of stakeholders from the private sector, local chamber of commerce, social innovators, social entrepreneurs, private sector representative, small companies as well. And we tend to go, in general, when we do this type of big meetings, we'll go to the capital. But this time we wanted not to go to the capital, but we wanted to go to a city that is still, you know, of a large size, but a city that also has a big story of transformation, which means that it went from decades of decline to now, recovery, a lot of hope, a lot of energy, a lot of developments, including social inclusion. So it was really a very good case. But the most important thing, we wanted to bring the OECD Local Development Forum to Colombia,
yes,
to Latin America at the occasion of the 5th anniversary of Colombia joining the OECD.
That's great because there are other Latin American countries that are part of the OECD, like Mexico, Chile, and Costa Rica. It's great that you choose Colombia for this event. In this forum, the main topic is local development, right?
Yes.
What are the main challenges that you see in Colombia in regarding to local development?
Well, Colombia is sharing a lot of challenges that are common everywhere, and that's why we at the OECD we try to promote exchange of experiences, including issues related to the impact of megatrend of climate transition, of adoption of digital technologies, the impact of globalization. Now that we are seeing reshoring, we are seeing tariffs back. This has different impact on cities and regions. So our role is really to look at this differentiated impact. So in each cities and region, you have a different story. In the case of Colombia, you also have things that are common to Latin America. I'm thinking about high informal sector, high informal economy. You have here still some issues with job creation. In Europe now we are facing, for instance, the question of job tension in many sectors. You are also facing job tension, but you are still facing, job creation, and especially how to include the young population, the youth, which is particularly strong here, the women, the informal economy. These are very important in Latin America, less in other parts of the world. But you are also sharing other concern. And by the way, when I'm talking about youth, it's also a big opportunities because in other continents, it's a problem.
Yes.
So you have there amazing untapped resources that you can use, to face the big challenges and seize the new opportunities. But again, you are sharing a lot of different challenges in Colombia with other parts of the world, with Asian countries, with European countries, with North America, even with some countries in Africa. And this is what the OECD is about. The OECD is about economic development and cooperation.
Yes.
And because we need absolutely to go local to better understand what is going on at national level, that's the reason why we have this program in the OECD, and that's the reason why we engage also through the different stakeholders through the OECD Global Local Development Forum that I'm very happy that you are hosting here in Barranquilla. We are super excited, but we are also very humble because we're here to hear and listen about what is going on in your great country.
Like the best practice that we have here in Colombia. You were talking about youth, and actually in El Tiempo we published recently an inform that the OCD published about that the youth people here in Colombia are very concerned about the job future. What is the focus of the center that you lead? The center is actually the one that is responsible of the organization here, but what do you do in that center?
Okay, the center is one department of the OECD we have a motto. We are about people, places, and firms. And we call that the magic triangle. People, places, and firms, which are three subjects that are completely related. So we are dealing with local economic development. We are dealing with urbanization, with rural development. We are dealing with employment and skills at the local level, the role of the social and solidarity economy, the importance of culture. Mm-hmm. We are dealing with tourism. We are dealing with small and medium-sized enterprises. We are dealing with entrepreneurship. And there is a rationale to deal with all these subjects together because they are all taking place at the local level.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you for that explanation. We want to talk about AI. AI is another topic that we are going to talk a lot in this forum, and it's obviously is a growing concern in some workers or companies. What recommendations would you give to those companies in that regard, like in AI?
First of all, AI is part of this big digital transition. Yes. And it's quite new, and everybody is asking themselves, is it going to impact our jobs? Are we going to have a better life or not? And it's true that in our work that we have been doing, going local, we have seen that AI will have a different impact than, for instance, automation. Automation will generate more concern for jobs in rural areas, and in AI, overall, on average, it will impact more jobs in urban areas.
Yes.
So that's one point. Now you're talking about the business sector. We have a program about the adoption of digital technology, including AI, in the OECD. We have even, a global platform called Digital for SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises. And what we have seen is that those small companies that are able to use AI quite quickly, they are becoming immediately more productive. Mm-hmm. Problems is the adoption of AI by small companies is really a problem in many countries. They are not in the same position as large companies. So there is here room for public sector, for governments at all levels to accelerate the adoption of AI technology by companies. And let me finish with one point. AI means we need to adapt the skills to make sure that everybody, so it's basic AI skills, digital skills for everybody, but also for certain high sector where you need some specific skills. And again, make sure that we have a broader adoption of AI technology by all companies and not just a few.
Okay, let's talk about another topic that we are going to talk in this forum. You were talking in another answer that you gave about the informality in Colombia. Informality is a problem that we have like in some countries of Latin America. How can this be faced like in a country as Colombia?
Okay. Informality, we tend to have a lot of answers at national level, what we can do to improve the business climate, to make the necessary reforms, to make sure that we can incentivize formalization of many companies. But there are also a lot of responses that are place-based specific. And this is what we are looking at in our work in the center. And in particular, in the case of Colombia, but also in Latin America,
yes,
we have seen the powerful role of using actors and companies in the social and solidarity economies, including the role of cooperative, which actually are able to formalize these companies, these informal companies, and we can learn a lot about this experience and scaling them at national level, at the regional level, and then at the national level.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Kamashawi. The last questions. This is the first day of this forum. Actually, tomorrow is like the first official day of this forum. What are your expectations of this week? What are your expectations about this event?
Well, frankly, on my personal side, I'm here. I want to learn what's going on in your country. And I think we should be more on our side on a listening mode. We broach the words to Colombia. we hope that it's going to have a lot of implication in terms of exchanging, keeping contact. We want Colombia to be more present in the OECD, and that means that we want stakeholders of Colombia be more present at the OECD. OECD is an intergovernmental organization. We work with national governments. So we work with people work in Bogota, in capitals. They are coming to the OECD. But in our center, we bring also the local, the regional stakeholder, the private sector, and we want to keep this momentum. So we broach the word to Colombia, and what we want is that next time, after that, Colombia is coming to the world.
I hope that we make like a great job about that. Colombia, I am sure that Colombia have a lot of good practices that the world needs to know. So thank you so much for being here in the stand of El Tiempo, and thank you so much. Have a great time here in Barranquilla.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.